In this episode,
let's assume. So if there's internet, then it will be posting data direct. Okay. So those tickets you'll be just scanning then because it's duplicate. So it will not allow duplicates. So I've done those checks.
Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto omwe yamagwa mdziko lathu.
coming in from Salima District Council, please introduce yourself and of course what it is that you do.
Okay, I'm Elliot Karenga and I'm an innovator, a systems developer and problem solver.
I love it. I love that you're calling yourself a problem solver.
Exactly.
Are there other innovations that you've gotten up to, or is this the first one that you're actually really bringing forth to the people? But you've already called yourself a problem solver, so I'm hoping you'll say you have worked on a few already.
Yes, I've solved so many problems regarding to system development. Yeah, for example, I have a system, we call it FECOMAS. It's been used by more than 20 schools.
Wow.
Yeah, so usually I look around and find problems.
What does that system do?
That system tries to assist the schools to collect school fees. Yeah, so
I love it.
that's what I do. I don't smile at problems.
You solve them.
I solve them.
What are you solving today?
Today, I've brought Salima Pamods. It's a revenue collection management system, trying to link all the revenues that Salima collect, linking together, produce the reports, and assist the managers to make the decisions.
So right now you're the money guy.
Yes.
All the best as you present. I wish you luck.
Thank you. I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. This is the opportunity that most of us will get. So I really want to thank you for this opportunity. As you said, I'm Elliot Karenga, and today I would like to pitch or present this project, innovation, which I'm calling it Salima Pamods. So this is the revenue collection management system that is trying to bring every aspect of revenue collection towards the centralization on how the revenues can be collected. So your question may be, why are you calling this project or this system Salima Pamods? Because I'm looking at the concept itself. It is trying to make sure that every single point of revenue should at least be managed by this particular system. So you will see when I will start demonstrating to say Salima Pamods has this login interface, of which once we log in, then you appreciate what we are talking about. So to pose a question, which most of you are asked now to say, which problem are we trying to address? After analysis and research, I noted that Salima District Council, in its commitment to provide public services, it is facing significant challenges, of which in this area of revenue collection, currently they are just using manual systems. They have spreadsheets and so on and so forth. So they are using manual entry to record every aspect of revenue. So of which this particular basic system that they are using, there are so many issues concerning with efficiency and also even reporting also we have transparent and accountability issues. And if this is not enough, the process itself is associated with many errors, and it's time consuming, and also it's resource intensive. And even if you talk about security, the current system has so many loopholes. And also, when auditors try to come to audit the system itself, they have so many problems. So Salima Pamodzi is coming in to fill all those gaps and also to make the process so simple and straightforward. Now, what's the objective of Salima Pamodzi? Salima Pamodzi is trying to automate every aspect of revenue collection as far as Salima District Council is concerned. And through this, we are trying to enhance transparency and improve financial reporting, and also will optimize the operational efficiency so that people should not struggle when it comes to collection of revenue. Now, from the general requirements that we gathered, we noted that Salima District Council has these 4 main types of revenues that they collect. They collect market fees, they collect business licenses fees, service charges, and also commercial ventures. In other words, they have some businesses whereby by the end of the day, they get something from that. So I was mandated to make sure that Salima Pamodzi is able to capture all these particular aspects of revenue collection. So in my demonstration, I will demonstrate how Salima Pamodzi is using. So the development of Salima Pamodzi has divided into 3 main phases, of which the first phase is complete. And what I'll be demonstrating the complete system, of which if you may adopt it, it will be handy to be used because most of aspects have been covered in this first phase. So it's a desktop application of which it will be managing and collecting the revenues for all those 4 aspects that I mentioned: the market fees, service charges, business licenses, and also commercial ventures. So the second phase, we are having a mobile app of which the development is in progress. So this mobile app will assist the mobile revenue collectors, like in the markets, because currently they are using the tickets. So they have to give tickets to the people who are vending, and they have to give them money. And that process is also prone to errors. So we are introducing the mobile app of which everything will be recorded on the app. So I also demonstrate this, how it will be happening. Then lastly, the third phase of this project will have what we call mobile cash register. The mobile cash register, these are modern devices of which Salima Pamodzi will be integrated with this device. So we are eliminating those manual tickets that are issued to the vendors. So what mobile collector, what the revenue collector has to do is to just press on generate ticket. So once ticket has been generated, then the transaction has to be recorded instantly and has to be added to the database of this particular system. So we are trying to eliminate most of aspects of trying to make sure that the process is so difficult. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. The first phase, I'm done. The second phase is in progress. The third phase is in progress. And lastly, we'll make sure that this system integrates with the mobile payment as well as the banks, so that some payers can just go and pay by themselves and transaction is recorded. So let me demonstrate what I'm talking about. So let me open the system. So if you just click this icon, this is what you get. This is the login page. If you log in, for example, I'll log in as admin. Then you have that beautiful dashboard of which it is explaining everything about how far have you gone with the process of collecting the revenue. As you can see, the dashboard is trying to give you hint or view to say how much have you collected for this financial year on business licenses. What about on commercial ventures? What about on market fees, service charges? So it is giving you view of which, if you are a decision maker, you are able to see how you are progressing with revenue collection. And also we have a graph there. It's giving you the same to say, okay, you have collected these figures for the businesses, commercial ventures, market fees, as well as service charges. On the right-hand side, you can see that it is even comparing the years, okay, to say last year, how much did you collect? And this year, how much have you collected? So each year it is trying to give you a view so that if you are a decision maker, you should not bother even to go here and there looking for the way you can at least make your decision. So the dashboard is giving you that view. At the same time, before I go to collection, we have reports. So these reports, they are also self-explanatory, easy to use. For example, revenue collection reports, if you click there, you can customize to say what do you want to have. So you can say, okay, you want to filter the reports based on start date, end date, financial year here, then here market, which market do you want to check. For example, here we have Kapatenga because it's just looking at what you have captured. So here we have revenue collector. So if you want to check specific revenue collector to say how much did this one collected within this period. So you are able to filter anything here. Then from there, you go to refresh. For example, let me just do this. Maybe want to see how much was collected from this date up to here within this financial year. So you see, it is even filtering, okay, instantly. So like that. So the system is very simple to use. While it's sophisticated, it can do wonders. So likewise, you should just appreciate, these are readily available reports for business licenses, for commercial ventures, here for, so the reports are readily available, okay? Based on the data you are capturing, the reports will be like that. So even if you want to check the cumulatively, how much do you have? So you just need to select the financial year. Once you select the financial year, for example, 2021, 2022, then it will be filtered to give you what you collected. And all these reports can be exported to Excel, Word. All these functionalities are working. All these. There's nothing that is not working.
Thank you very much for your presentation. We know that the decentralization of local Malawi government, we need a lot of innovations, technologies to assist our local councils.
Yes.
And one of the area is the issue of income generation.
Yes.
The revenue collection.
Yes.
There are some operations within the local council that should be supported by local council itself. So it needs a lot of money. It needs a lot of controls to make sure that what is generated within the council is available for use.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have two questions, but the first one, I think I'm more interested on the desktop application.
Yes.
If you move with technology today, people are interested on the multi-user systems.
Yes, yes.
Where we need people to access information wherever they are.
Yes.
Now, when you are talking about a desktop application, why do we need a desktop application now at Salima Local Council as compared to web-based or internet-based applications?
Yeah, okay. This particular application, it will be accessed everywhere because it has so many platforms. Of course, there will be a web application. There will also be the mobile. Okay, so I'm introducing mobile because whatever which is happening on this can also be done on the mobile. Okay, but now I was looking at this because of security part of it. Okay, the technology that I've used, it is trying to implement. For your own information, most of strong systems, the strong systems, if you talk about the banking and so on and so on, most of them, they are desktop. Okay, because desktop application development, it gives you the power, okay, the power to implement the strong security measures. Now, the web application and also the mobile, you build on top of that. So you make sure that the security has already been implemented so you don't get worried. So that's the architecture that I'm using. I'm using the modern architecture. So that's why I've chosen this route. Yes.
Okay. So what technologies are you using for desktop application?
I'm using C# as language and the Microsoft SQL as a database. Yes.
Okay. So it can be used by multiple users.
Yes.
And this,
Yes. The systems in the banks, they are used by multiple users. It has rows, as you can see here, it has users, rows. So you create users, okay, and you assign that user to the row. So each user will be able to operate within the row. Because I logged in as admin, that's why I'm able to see everything. But if you are a revenue collector, you only be seeing things of revenue collector. So that's why if you are a revenue collector, for example, at a certain market, you'll be posting things to the same system because of architecture that I will use. Yeah. So it's possible, and we have implemented so many systems of such kind of nature.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Other local councils, they have e-ticketing system
Yes.
already in operations. So why do you need your own system, not just to follow what other local councils are doing?
Because of its simplicity, and maybe because I did not demonstrate what it is doing. Okay, you can capture those tickets. Okay, you can capture maybe 50 tickets within 5 minutes. It's possible because, and I even brought this scanner. Okay, 2. According to Salima, not all markets have internet. Others, they are remotely located. So Salima Pamoja has also found the way. So with this scanner, if you connect this scanner, and you say, if you are at your market, you don't have internet, okay, let's assume. So if there's internet, then it will be posting data direct, okay. So those tickets, you'll be just scanning then, because it's duplicate, so it will not allow duplicate. So I've done those checks. So what I'm saying is like, this one is fast. We are trying to improve efficiency. Now, if there's no internet, you continue working, but there will be offline bunch that will be created, okay, in the background. You post the data, but that data will not be added to the online because you are offline. It will be within the background. Once you are connected to the internet, then they will be pushed to that. So we are making sure that users access the system 99.9% should be accessible. Even you are in the remote area where there is no internet, still more the system will work. At the same time, for the mobile app, you post everything within the application offline. So once you have internet, then you just post the things, then they will join this one. So we make sure that at district council, they receive everything, despite whether that area has internet or not. So this is what we have taken note. According to Salima, there are other markets. There's no temporary, no internet. You cannot use those e-ticketing. They cannot work. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Cool, right? Thank you so much, Elliot. Now, just want to find out more from you.
Yes.
What shall the system do to minimize manual intervention? That
Okay.
is, no one should be influenced what should get into the system.
Okay. Two, one, the system has been designed using roles as well as permissions. So administrator will be able to assign roles and permissions to the users. And look at these people, they will not do data entry.
Okay, let me
Okay?
explain.
Yes. Or maybe I don't know the route you are trying to take me.
Yes.
Yes.
They have gone to a market
Yes.
and they have chosen that, okay, fine, this one I'll just get cash and this one I'll change. How do you control that?
I think on that one, we are still thinking on that. We haven't included that because that's now personal integrity. Okay, you have been assigned to do something. Okay, now it's about the integrity of the person. So we have to think on how we can manipulate the integrity of the person. But this system is trying to feed data. Okay, what you are capturing, it will take as it is. But if you don't capture, the system will not recognize that. Yeah.
Right. Now, that's where I was looking at the system. Say, come having a market.
Yes.
Like having a market, how many sellable spaces are available? at
Yes,
this
yes.
market, for example.
Yeah.
And there are market players there that are resident here, but there are also others that are mobile.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm looking at those. All these are sellable
Yes.
slots.
Yes.
Now you are looking at somebody has gone there and is occupying only 50%.
Okay. I've got you 100%.
Uh-huh.
On revenue collection, I just demonstrated on the markets, but we have service charges. Then if you go to service charges, you have service charges such as plots development, lease fees, marriage certificate, wills, so you can capture all these. We also have the business licenses. So in business licenses, we have some businesses that are registered. Okay, if they are not registered, they have to register. So they will exist in the system. Then you capture license. I think these are captured, annually, according to Salima. They say we issue licenses annually. So there is already protocol that is happening. So we're just trying to help them to automate what they are doing. At the same time, we are trying to bring sanity. And for your own information, once you have registered a business, or once you have issued an invoice to a business, then a notification will be received, SMS notification to that business, or you have an invoice to pay. So the outstanding invoices will be popping up within the system, so you can make a follow-up to all those businesses that have not paid their licenses. So we are tracking every aspect of revenue, whether you are a business, you are owning a restaurant, you are a residential business and vending. So we have taken into account of those. That's why we said we have 4 types. Yeah.
Thank you. I think the innovation by Elliot Kalenga, which is concerning revenue collection at Salima District Council, it's something that is very, very good. Actually, we have seen several projects that have already been supported by other financials on the same. What is important is on the implementation. So we believe that it's true. Yeah, it's a tool that is going to help them to generate and even develop the district council, especially on the revenue collection and also even having other developments in the Salima district. We have seen it, and from the demonstration of the prototype, it appears something that is workable. So I think it's a good tool to use. Thank you.
is here. Muuni Fund is here. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here. Muuni Fund is here. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto omwe amagwa mdziko lathu.
Congratulations for making it to the regionals.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Please tell us your name and what council you are representing.
I'm Omix Chairman. I'm representing Nchewu District Council.
What do you do for a living? I'm just interested in knowing a little bit more about Omix.
All right. I'm a teacher. Basically, I teach computer. Apart from that, I'm also a student at Chancellor College, where by next month I'll be a graduate.
Oh, congratulations. That's
Sure.
awesome. How did you hear about the Muuni Fund itself and, of course, the fact that you're here now?
I think I saw a post on LinkedIn.
Okay, so LinkedIn is the place to be.
Yes.
To get all of this good information.
Sure.
And when you got word that you've made it this far, how did you feel?
It was very awesome. In fact, I was very, very more than happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're going to be presenting to the evaluators.
All right. Today I will be presenting the Tsangano web-based, Tsangano Irish potato web-based system for Nchewu District Council, where we're having a platform to link farmers to customers and customers to link them directly to the farmers. At the same time, have a crop monitoring section and as well as pest and disease detection.
You know what? Already, I'm a potato lover. I love the name Tsangano because it already says Nchewu, so I think you picked the right one. And when you think Tsangano, you also think potatoes. So I think it's a perfect name. Looking forward to hearing more about this idea. I wish you the best.
Thank you so much. This is Omix Channel. I'm here to preside over a big idea. This is the idea. Tsangano Irish Potato Farmers Web-based System. So, what is it all about? All right, Tsangano Irish Potato Farmers Web-based System, we are trying to have a platform where we can link farmers to markets as well as link buyers to the farmers so that they can buy Irish potato directly. And at the same time, the very same platform will provide crop monitoring as well as pest and disease detection, and also provide a knowledge hub where farmers can get different knowledge based on varieties, which crop they can plant. All right, without much ado, I think I will have to go straight to the demo for what the platform will be doing. All right, so imagine maybe a farmer already uploaded the product or the Irish potato. The buyer has to explore markets or go to the marketplace. On the marketplace, the buyer will add to cart the product, which is Irish potato. After adding to product, and then you can proceed to checkout. From checkout, those are the products, and then from here, you can also proceed to checkout. On the checkout, this platform, you can either remove or add several buckets. And then after proceeding checkout, you can proceed to fill all the necessary details and then press order. After pressing order, it will prompt to give PIN depending on the payment method that the buyer has chosen, Airtel, Mpamba, whatever, and then proceed. After proceeding, the success message will appear, and then on the top bar, it will have all the necessary details on the supply order number, and all the details there. The delivery charge and all of them. From here, now we can turn over to, we can just refresh and then go over what will the farmer do. So imagine the farmer already registered. If not registered, you can register and then go to the dashboard. On the dashboard button, the farmer has to add his or her field. So that is just a video on how he can add the field, but then I'll proceed. The farmer, go to my farm, and then to add a field, you add a field. On adding a field, there are two options. He can just either draw, or the farmer has to go within the specific field where using the geospatial analytics that we are using. The farmer can just move around and then it will truncate the whole field and then proceed to save field. After saving field, the overview of the platform, the dashboard for the farmer is what is being displayed there. So from there, I would go to crop monitoring. On the crop monitoring, after the field has been added, it will have those several components: the overall health of the crop, and then weather updates. These weather updates is within, they are recorded within 2 weeks, and then the growth stage, tuber initiation, like maybe the crop has just started producing tubers, and then expected produce based on the health of the product. Based on the health of the crops. So it will be able to have that. The other point, you have the weather forecast and recommendations. So it will give you recommendations. And from there, there is pest and disease detection, where the farmer will have all the, will have the video first and then read. So we are trying to incorporate both languages. So this is just an example of it. So like Ikanichitunzi, so we can put a picture for the specific crop that was taken. After putting a picture to Mizan, and then it will generate all the possible output, either whether the plant has been affected or the plant hasn't been affected. So from there, I can also show you, now we can go back to the market access now. So mind you, here in the first section where I presented the buyer has done all the necessary procedures. And then on the market access, now the farmer is able to see the whole overview, the order which was placed, and all the products. And if you had to add the product that the buyer was buying, this is the procedure. I think it is, I will not show that one. So just click add, but that's the whole overview. It will show you the buyer's payment, the service fee deducted, as well as revenue the farmers. And on this point, whenever the buyer has placed an order, the farmer has to receive specifically the message that maybe your crop has been purchased. Yeah. From there, I think I have to show to, I have to at least now show the, okay. Yeah. So, just an overview. We are using crop monitoring, and the crop monitoring we are using a technology which is known as EOS data analytics. And then you have the market access price. Those are the key features. You have pest and disease identification module, where we are using AI and machine learning algorithms. Now looking at how the system uniqueness is it, we are tailored on the system design. We are focusing on AI-driven solutions and proactive SMS notifications, where the farmers, most of them, they don't have maybe smartphones. But in terms of adding, yes, there will be a smartphone when adding the field. But if there is a necessary recommendation that the specific field has been given, depending on the monitoring that has happened, the farmer has at least to receive a message, either using every cell phone without considering that a smartphone or a basic phone. So the other point is we are using data-driven smart technology, as well as also have direct access on that one. Innovative transactions approach, EOS crop monitoring as already mentioned, and as well as collaborative and a network of farmers and experts. The other point I want to highlight here on this system, whenever a buyer has made a purchase, the system has to make money for the system to survive. So how will it make money? It is making money through one service fee. So in terms of buying, we are using the very same procedure that is being used in Shell, where they use buckets in order to make any sales. So each and every bucket will be charged a specific, for example, price, either maybe $100 per bucket. So you look at this one, it's so cheap, but that $100 is a service fee. So imagine maybe the buyer bought 200 buckets. So it will be like kind of calculations that the system will be making. On the same note, on issues of delivery, the buyer, when choosing a delivery, is choosing a specific location. So this will need the transport. The transport part is being handled within those who are controlling the system. So if the buyer has chosen, for example, Blantyre, Mibawa, so the system will detect and determine the preferred prices in terms of transportation that we can transport the commodity to the buyer. Let's say, for example, maybe Cape C. By doing so, we'll try to put a fee where the system has to also to generate some money in terms of transportation, apart from the transportation which will be paid by the buyer who has bought the product. The other point is, one, the system is cheap. The system being cheap, mind you, in Ncheu, farmers, in most of the farmers, some of the farmers, they don't even know where Sangano is. They send their products to Sangano for middlemen. And those middlemen, they sell for themselves. Other middlemen, they go even within the specific field. They take a sample of the commodity and then charge price on their own. So we are trying to eliminate these things so that the farmer has to be able to access the market directly and will be able to know the specific deductions that are happening without just putting much emphasis on the middleman.
And otherwise, thank you so much for the presentation and taking us through the system and modernizing the marketing of Irish potatoes at Sangano Market. Maybe I'll kickstart the questions before my fellow colleagues come in. Once again, thanks for taking us through and the lovely presentation. My question, I think, points out to why would I want to use a system like this? Let's say I'm based in Blantyre, looking at the convenience of me walking to Blantyre Market to buy potatoes versus going on this system to order half a bucket or a bucket of Irish potatoes all the way from the farmers in Sangam. Don't you think there'll be a considerable lead time before the potatoes are delivered, and also in terms of cost, because to move it from that production node within the value chain to the point of consumption in a place like Blantyre, you have skipped multiple actors within the value chain. Yes, you can debate that it would be cheaper, but just wanted to understand your views with regards to that and understand incentives of why people could use the system in comparison to what is the current norm, when farmers actually prefer the informal, where they would want to get their cash right there and then. Would this be something of the same, and so on and so forth? Thanks.
All right. To answer your question, I think, but just going direct on, if I refresh, on the marketplace here, yes, it's easier for someone just to go to the market and then buy Irish potato. But in this case, here, this one is cheaper, number one. Number two, the specific, in terms of size that you want to have, or you can have Irish potato that is of your preferences, rather than just going to a market where we have several varieties just mixed up. That's number one. Number two, then cheaper, and as well as that. Number three, on the platform, we are trying to figure out where we are not, okay, that is it can be a worst case scenario that you have just looked at, but when you are looking at the best case scenario, we are not looking at only those who are consuming at home-based kind of. No, we are considering on both occasions how many people consume Irish potato in hotels, or how many restaurants consume Irish potato. So what can be the best way? Either they go on the market where they will have a mix-up of Irish potato, and then they use the system, get a specific size that they want, or want large, we deliver large. We want this kind of Irish potato, maybe violet, we deliver violet.
So if that's the case, are you going to take the function of grading each or verifying that indeed this specific farmer has a large type of violet or a small type of violet? Is that what the system is also going to do?
No, okay, what you are trying to say is the farmer has options. The buyer has options to maybe to select large or small or else medium, but the system can't be grading that. Once the buyer has selected maybe medium, there, when you are transporting, we'll have that specific medium for the buyer.
Anyway, I'll pause there and then hand it over to my colleagues. I know they're also agreeing with questions.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I have two issues. I think in your presentation you mentioned about data analytics.
Yes.
You mentioned about crop monitoring.
Yes.
I'm very interested to see how the things work in your system. When you're talking about the crop monitoring, how do you gather information from the farm to your system?
All right. As I've already said, we are using EOS data analytics, where there are two options. But the best options that we are having is the farmer, at least at that particular moment, we assign someone, at least there must be a smartphone. Go to the specific field, it will detect the GPS location and then truncate the hectares. So for the truncation of the hectares, if the farmer, for example, this is the end of the farm, the margins, so you start moving around the margins. So when you're moving, it will locate the necessary areas and then truncate and come up with a shape file for the specific field. And this
is it a crop monitoring or data analytics? Yeah, I'm asking about the data analytics.
Okay.
I'm asking about the crop monitoring.
Okay, the crop monitoring thing is happening because we have NDVI, where because of the platform that we are using, the EOS one, it measures in terms of image analytics, in terms of chlorophyll that is within the field, and it also analyze the moisture. It has also the capacity to assess at least the forthcoming maybe 3 to 4 days in terms of weather. Where is it a farmer should be going there to, or maybe it will irrigate, where we are going to have rains. And on the same note, because of the end device that we are using, it will locate the specific, it will truncate the specific locations where we need maybe a little bit more fertilizer than the other areas. That's what we are using. So by doing this, we are trying to minimize cost.
Okay, thank you. Comments. Of course, to me, the answer, the question hasn't been fully addressed. That from my colleague there, on the monitoring, how we're going to do the monitoring. Possibly, maybe we will demonstrate whether we have the provide. We're only monitoring the crop, the health of the crop, that, and the. So if you have that, but that's not part of my questions. My questions are looking at the side of there are several. In terms of a buyer, we're looking at the farmers registering on the platform first. Will the farmer register on the platform first, so that
Yes.
a buyer sees him? Are we looking at the farmer registering on the platform?
Yes, the farmer is registered, not considering only on the market side, but we are considering only that we still have that capacity of monitoring in the field. Yeah.
I'm looking at the registering the farmer, looking at how big is his field and what crop has he planted, like that. I think that's what we are anticipating that it will be happening.
Yes, we
Okay.
anticipate, but
Fine. You explain later. Now I'm looking at a buyer who is based in Lilongwe, who has got like a restaurant. They are buying, they're placing an order. So if they have placed an order, one, how do they legitimize the presence of a farmer? That's the first one.
okay.
We're looking at, there are several online buying and selling is associated with commercial crops. All right. Others may be posing as a farmer, but they are not existing. So how are you going to ensure that a buyer is protected? Okay, that's the first one.
But I wanted just to respond before I forget,
Okay, proceed.
because I wanted to,
Yeah, be quick.
the legitimate sake that we are talking about, mind you, when the buyer is trying to buy, is using the system. It doesn't care about the farmer. The farmer is using as well the system. So whatever, anything that has been generated here, it will pass into our system. And then our system is connecting the farmer. Not necessarily the buyer trying to find out the legitimacy or direct to the farm.
So in this case, it means who is hosting this? Is you?
Yes.
Which means that you have done all the checks about the existence of the farm.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, in terms of payment, most of the times, in this case, you are making sure that your customer is secure.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
but according to the buyer, he might not be comfortable at the beginning to make a payment even before he has received the goods. How are we going to ensure that the customer is assured that I'm safe even after making the payment? And again, the system I think has to look at the logistical issues, because when somebody has made an order, how often are they going to receive their order? The process of moving the or the system giving out alerts to the buyer on the process or the position of the order. That okay, fine. Now your order is on this position. Maybe the packing has been done, loading has been done. Now the goods are expected to arrive on this day. Do you have something like that?
Yes.
You have something like that?
No, I mean, but on this prototype, it hasn't been shot, but that one was also considered.
Mind you, these are fresh. These are perishables, eh?
Yes.
So in terms of timing, yeah, I would urge you that you should also consider that when it comes to the logistics.
Okay, fine.
So it's just an advice, basically, not like questions, but things that you have to consider when you are analyzing the problem.
Okay.
Up next,
Can you talk to us a bit about monetizing innovation, especially because of the kinds of innovation that we're looking at here with the different people?
Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto.
From Kasungu District Council, please introduce yourself. What is your name?
So my name is Justice Kasawara, actually.
Justice, what do you do for a living?
Currently I'm just a student.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you studying? What are you studying?
I'm studying at the University of Malawi, doing Bachelor of Science in Computer Science.
What year?
4th year, actually.
Okay. So how did you get to hear about Muuni, and what was your thought process? What did you apply to do?
Actually, I saw the post on LinkedIn.
Ah.
And then when I looked at it, I said, wow, maybe this is the time.
Mm-hmm.
I should try something. Maybe they trust me. And then, yeah, you trusted me.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you very
Talking
much.
about innovation in itself, what is the focus area that you had, and what are you working on here? What are you going to be presenting to the evaluators?
All right. I'm presenting an e-ticketing system that will be presented like used in the markets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is for Kasungu.
Yeah, Kasungu DC.
Fantastic. I wish you well.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. My system is divided into two parts. We have the dashboard itself, and then the USSD pad, which the user will be interacting with it. So I'll start with the dashboard. So I think the most important thing that I can start with the registration part, because by just knowing the data which will be collected from the users, one can guess accurately what the system is all about and what it does. So yeah, I'll give you an overview of the system. As you know, e-ticketing is a system that will be used to collect some tickets in the market to eliminate those agents and introduce something which is digital. So first, the market, as you know, vendors are always in laws in markets. If you go today on the market and then you want maybe to sell something on the market without maybe prior notice, then the owners of that particular place maybe can remove you there, say this is my place. So each and every person has his or her own law. So the first thing which we need to collect from the users is their names and then the district. So it's worth noting that this dashboard is a central dashboard. That is to say, it's a country like wide dashboard. So it is taking all data, which is all market data for all 28 districts here in Malawi. So you can collect a name and then the district of the actual district and the market, and then the business description, whether the person is selling what or what, and then the market law. So getting a market law is not enough to track a person on the market, but you have to know the actual position where the vendor is. So you can say is in law number 6, but on position number maybe 12. And then we also have to collect national ID and neighbor name if it is necessary. So once all the data has been filled, the system has to generate a random password, and that password and the serial number. So the system will generate a password and a serial number, which will be used for authentication on the USSD part. So I just do a quick register so that you should appreciate. I just put anything so that we should see market loan number. Actually it can be loan number 12, 123, position number 34, and then national ID like that. Then you can put a neighbor name like that. As you can see, the system will generate a PIN and then a serial number. So if you go to the USSD part, so I'm using this code on the USSD part. It's long because I'm using free plan. So if I'm to click there like that, a user can be able to change their default PIN for security reasons, and then they can also choose maybe to use their default PIN to make some payments if they want. But I think in future releases, it will be mandatory for the users to change their PINs like that, so they can make payments like that. You enter serial number. Say that serial number was, if I recall, it was 16. Yeah, 16 like that. So then it will pull a name from the database to confirm that you are the one entering. In that case, it was GGG. So you enter amount like that, and then you have to confirm the payment by entering that PIN that was generated. In my case, it was 45.99 like that. So 45.99 like that. Also, the session has expired. But once the PIN is entered, the transaction, it will show a message that the transaction has been successful or not. So on the dashboard, that will be reflected under the statistics section here. So this is the statistics section. As you can see, the system will be able to show the total customers and the total customers that have paid, and the ones which are pending, and the total money which has been collected. And it will also show a trend of how the payments are being done. For example, this hard coded data is showing that in January, maybe only $1,000 maybe was collected, or it can be in Kwaja in February, and then the market administrators can tell whether they are making profit or not. So as the bar graph. So the most important thing is this donut chart. This donut chart will get demarcated based on the district. If I register a user like this and then point here, on Lumpi, I registered 2 users, and all those 2 users are pending. Actually, they have not paid. Once these users have paid, they'll be shown like this section. So if I'm to register all districts, it will be reflected on the donut chart. And then the pie chart here, it is only showing the total number of people which are pending and those who have paid. So on district level, this donut chart, instead of showing like in Kasungu, only one customer has paid, it will be showing like maybe, let's take Kasungu as a district, it will be showing maybe like in Intunhama, it will be showing actual markets. Maybe in Tunhama, these sort of people are the ones who have paid, and in this market, these are number of people who have paid, and these are the ones who have not paid. So if you are to click on the unpaid section, it will be showing you the ones who have paid or not for tracking users. So you can go here under the users. Of course, under the users, I've just included a pin column. Of course, and the production list, I think that will not be necessary for security reasons, but I just want to show you how the pins are being stored in databases. So they are not stored as plain text, they are being hashed like this. On the payment status, as you can see, this one is showing unpaid, this paid, like that, and the total amount of money that they have paid. So what will be happening is that once I pay 500 was, and then the ticket fee maybe is 200 was, then in 2 days when I check balance, it will not be showing me any deficit or loan that maybe I owe the market administrator something like that. So it will be calculating based on the amount of money you have paid, that okay, for this money it will take you maybe 12 days like operating on the market without any problem. So for usability reasons, I included a search so that one can be able to to search or a particular name, like you can just say Cas. Don't know if I'm registered like this. No, I'm not registered, but you can say let's say, okay, I'll just take any name which is registered under users, let's say Mada, like that. So if I go here and search for Mada, like that, so it will show me that Mada it has not yet paid, and all the details, his national ID number and the market loan number, like that. So yeah, that's it for the district level. So as I have said, this is like for country level. That's why the donut chart is subdivided in terms of district, not actual markets. I think that's it.
Thank you very much for the presentation and the demonstration. My first question is, we understand that some local councils have already implemented the e-ticketing.
Okay.
How unique is your prototype from those systems?
Oh, all right.
Or
So
do you know that some local councils have introduced e-ticketing?
yeah, I know that.
Do you have any idea, and how unique is your system?
Yeah. So the first uniqueness of my system is that it is, as I have said, since this is just a prototype, so once the system is done, I will implement some access laws so that even the dashboard itself can be maybe monitored at country level or district level. Like my prototype here is like is at country level, so that people can, the chief administrators can be able to know how much maybe the local authorities have collected for this period of time. So it is showing some sort of transparency. Like, yeah, I think that's how unique it is, because the local authorities, I don't think there is a way on how, maybe they do hard code or write some emails, but I don't know. So with this one, the chief administrator will be able to know, like, okay, Kasungu have collected this from this market, or this district is not doing fine. So I think because of this, like, or maybe there are less vendors, or there are only a few people who have registered, and then they sit down and come up with solutions how they can help that particular district or district council. Say, okay, this is how your friends are doing to make it. Maybe use this way. I think.
On the registration,
Yeah.
I think we have user registration. What
Yeah.
about the markets and other information?
Yeah, the
How
market.
to capture them?
The market is here. Let's see.
Ah,
Yeah. It's here.
so okay, so you are using one interface to capture all the types of data that
No, for the prototype, yes, because I didn't want to clutter the interface with a lot of screens. That's why I just included it on the same page, maybe for presentation purposes.
all right.
Yeah, but final system,
So from the system, I can analyze data on the market level,
yeah,
the district level,
actually.
right? Okay.
Good, Mr. Justice Kasawa. Yeah, innovation.
Thank you.
We have been seeing innovations about districts. Now you're looking at, so the scalability is very eminent.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, but I just want to find out something on the integrity of the data that is being captured. For example, you're saying nation ID.
Yeah,
How do we authenticate nation ID?
all right. Because the only way to authenticate national ID is integrating the system with the database of NRB. I think that's the only way. Because I don't think it can be viable to hard code all the national ID. I don't think so. Because others have expired. So we need to have that data. But whenever we enter the national ID, you should say, all right, this has expired or this has some issues. I think.
So this system, it is possible to integrate or operate with the NRB system.
Yeah.
So which means that it's now web-based.
Yeah, for the dashboard, it's web-based, but the USSD part is actually mobile-based because I just simulated it on Africa's talking because we do not have that gateway mobile or money gateway like Airtel or TNM, so I don't think it can work on mobile. But if you have that gateway, they give us such API, yeah, we can test using our own phone and give you test. Everyone can test.
Now, in terms of markets, the operators in the markets are either those that are resident there,
What?
and there are also those that are residents,
Yeah.
and there are also those that are mobile.
Yes.
How do you register the mobile?
Okay. Yeah, because since the system like is being newly introduced, I think there have to be some laws. We can see as of now how do people collect maybe tickets from those people that are mobile. Maybe it can be the duty of market chairmen maybe to restrict or to take the names of those people, because yeah, problems are always there. It's always difficult. Yeah, I don't think it can be
The
perfect.
innovations you want to bring forward solutions.
Yeah.
Because you see, the current challenges in the markets,
Yes.
and you understand them very well.
Very well.
That's important.
Okay. of sustainability of your application. Can you say something on that? How going to sustain this particular application?
Right? We can agree with the ones who will be using the system with the councils, because as of now, the data which have, they do pay those agents maybe 30, I think, to 40% of the money. So if we were to say, okay, just give us maybe 4% or 5%, I don't think they can be reluctant to do that. So yeah, we can use that money to be maintaining our platform, because we cannot use ads. As you know, the dashboard actually will be used by the administrators, not the users. The users will be using the actual USSD part. I don't think we can add some ads there on the USSD. I don't think it can work. Not even one user can want maybe to use that system. So using ad cannot work. The only way is that one. Yeah, subscription.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Kasawala.
Thank you.
Wishing you well
Yes, it was.
for the system. We want it to be implemented in future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can you talk to us a bit about monetizing innovation, especially because of the kinds of innovation that we're looking at here, with the different people coming in with different ideas, some that are to be implemented, especially these with the district councils, and the last innovator here sharing how maybe monetizing may be a bit difficult because of the kind of innovation that he's bringing to the table. What are your thoughts around that?
See, the innovations that have been, like, look at maybe all the innovations that we have received, or
However you would like to look at it, yes.
okay, there are some innovations that are very easy to monetize, in a sense that being that it's a service to maybe to the public, but you can attract investment, or you can attract others that can partner with them for service delivery, especially like the one that we saw for health, for education. Those are purely service to the public. However, in terms of the revenue collection for councils, you can see them, but only that maybe some of the innovators did not look at in detail of the markets that they have, or the councils which fees collect, or are collectible. But most of them, they can be monetized. Yeah.
So the issue goes back to how much time they put in research
Yes.
for where they
Yes.
could actually
Exactly.
collect revenue.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any comment from you, Doc?
Yeah, the observation is the same. There are some innovations that are for community outreach,
Mm.
to be just to assist the community, not necessarily generating money from that particular service. There are others uh, that can be used to generate money from the community, depending on the target audience or target community. There are certain community which is not economically powered. So that particular community, if you bring an innovation, you don't expect to generate much. But for the communities that are doing some sort of a commercial business, like education, we understand that the schools are, most of the schools are now doing the business and use that particular innovation to provide that service, and they will pay from that particular service. From the innovators themselves, I've seen that there is a huge gap in terms of sustainability.
Mm.
They really they didn't do much research or much thinking on how the innovation can generate income or can sustain it. I think that category, yeah, there is a gap. We understand that most of these innovators are from ICT.
Yes.
They are not business oriented, so maybe they don't have much background in terms of entrepreneurship. Yeah, so maybe they're just thinking about the technology design, particularly in terms of investment and the entrepreneurship.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. What are your thoughts on the innovations? Drop your reactions in the comment section below. Until next time, create, innovate, develop.
Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto kuza dziko lathu. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Muuni Fund is here. Yafika. Kuthandiza Malawi tipeze njira zotana ndi mavuto.